What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're gonna talk about Mephisto, and maybe you should be with your eyes open for Mephisto upgrades coming very soon. This is because we have all the information that you need for Battleworld, and a lot of the missions will have certain gear requirements, and some of them are related with Mephisto. So that means that within the next few weeks we should see additional red stars for Mephisto, so keep that in mind. Okay, so in this video we're going to talk about Battleworld, what's going on exactly with that new game mode. What was the experience from the envoys? I watched all the envoys, so you don't have to, because some of those videos are a big waste of time and very negative, and I think that's not what you're looking for. And then we're also going to take a look at the requirements that are going to be necessary for Battleworld, and how you can start preparing with a new spreadsheet that I made. So we're gonna break down all that you need to know in order for you to get ready for Battleworld. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so like I mentioned, Mephisto is going to be part of the requirements for Battleworld, and also Mephisto with 6 red stars. So make sure you save your dark promotion credits, as you'll need them for Mephisto. We don't know how many dark promotion credits this guy is going to cost, but it should be a lot, so keep that in mind. Make sure you have at least 10,000 in order to get this guy. And we also know that a lot of legendary characters might require diamonds, so make sure you save your dark diamond credits, make sure you save your silver diamond credits, because you need to have at least enough to get 1 diamond on different characters. So for example, Zombie Iron Man is one of the requirements for you to have at least at 1 diamond, so make sure you have enough for that. Now, in terms of other characters that we need, we were taking a look at one of them, not Ella, it's actually Zombie Scarlet Witch. Yes, there will be a mission that requires Zombie Scarlet Witch, at least according to the data mines, and that's a big deal, right? And you are actually going to require her at a lot of yellow stars, so it's gonna be interesting for sure. Okay, so let's go back and we're gonna take a look. So Battleworld is right here. We have all the assets that is needed for Battleworld to start. We have all the requirements for the special ops, for the normal missions, and with that we need to make sure that you understand how exactly this is going to work, right? Okay, so let's go to the web browser. We're going to talk about the envoys experience in a second, but before that I want to open marvelstrikeforce.com and take a look once again at the Battleworld layout. We have seen already some pictures of these, so this is where we're gonna start, of course. Then we have the different areas. We already know that each of the areas is gonna be 1 day, and then on Saturday we're gonna face a null. Then we have these missions. Each of the missions will have bonuses for specific teams. So for example, for City, you'll have bonuses for Sinister Six. Once again, on that spreadsheet that I made, you have all the information that you need for these. And then we have the special ops. On the special ops, there are 6 characters, and you can only throw those 6 characters. And then we'll see. I didn't understand very well how it works, but you don't have to do anything. You just have to throw those characters there. There are a bunch of them that you can apply, and after we'll see, because I didn't understand very well. In Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you just put random characters that are not necessary, but we'll see how it works here. Now, this is going to be a PvE game mode. Battleworld is a PvE game mode, and this is going to be similar to raids and Dark Dimension. Some people are expecting something different. I'm not exactly sure why, but scopely, as it seems, they are going to give these nodes different multipliers, so you have a different experience. So for example, if you are using, it's like Scourges, right? Like you used in the past, the Scourges, you're gonna have like scourges on each of these nodes. Once again, we'll take a look at that on the spreadsheet, and this will make things a little bit more interesting. The envoys say it's not optimal yet, or they were expecting more or something like that. I don't know what they were expecting. It's a mobile game. It's a mobile game. I really don't know what they were expecting, but I think so far it's pretty decent. Of course, there is always more potential, but from the different feedback that the envoys did and other playtesters, there were already 2 playtesters, maybe 3 already at this point. And Scopely has been improving the game mode, so it's definitely something that is going to increase in value as we move forward. Now, once again, this is going to be similar to any other PvE game mode, player versus environment, like raids, like DuArktik mentioned. You'll face the same enemies many times, and these missions from the players, from the envoys experience, you could complete this on auto, but they were not playing on the highest difficulty, so keep that in mind. And one thing is that they said that this is very time consuming, but guess what? It's 5 missions, right? It's 5 missions, so if you think it's too much time, someone else from your alliance can do it. Have you thought about that? You don't have to play every single day. You might play one day and then leave it for someone else to play it next week. Oh, I don't have time. Can you play for me, someone else? And this is the thing, like, if you want to do all the missions, which you shouldn't because you might not even be able to, the other people from your alliance can help you. So even if this mission, city mission, is very difficult, then you can use someone else from your alliance to complete half of the progress that you did. So keep that in mind. You have 5 missions and you have to split these 5 missions with 24 people. So the time consumption that the envoys complain about is just because there were a limited amount of people that were playing with their own alliances. They admitted that their alliances were not full, so of course you could not expect to complete this without a full alliance, without having a massive consumption of your time. Okay, so these are the clarifications that I think are going to be important. We have different commentary experiences from different envoys. So in this video, we have the usual, the negative, the rage bait content creators that just have negative things to say. These 2 right here. This one on the top, it was the same thing, negative, everything was negative. There was very few things that were positive. But on the other hand, we had here 3 also envoys, and they had a lot of positive things to say about Battleworld and how Scopely changed, how it worked throughout the time, because the Battleworld playtest, it has been going on for a very long time. According to this envoy over here, it has been going for more than 6 months. So yeah, they did a lot of changes, and now or they just finished the 3rd playtest, or they are going through it. But Battleworld should be coming very, very soon, and this is all with changes based on their feedback. So I don't understand why they are rage baiting and giving all this negative impression to the audience when envoys with the same experience they had are saying exactly the opposite. So we'll see. I have my expectations to something that is going to be similar to like the Gambit raids. For the people that experienced the Gambit raids had certain modifiers that required you to use certain characters, and it would make them more challenging or easy, and that was a good experience in the past. And with the Battleworld, it's going to be something similar. Okay, let's move on to how to prepare for Battleworld. We had a lot of information on the data mines from the past 10 days or so. Boylan has been putting that information together. I put some information together, and I put all in one spreadsheet that I think is very easy to understand. I have seen other spreadsheets from other people, and on Reddit it was very confusing what people were doing, but I put everything in one place, and I think it's pretty easy to understand. I apologize not having dark mode, but for some reason this does not work very well in the Windows form. So this is the plan for Battleworld. So you can see right here, we have literally all the information that you need to know for Battleworld. So we have the Zone 1. These are going to be the missions that we saw here. So these missions right here is what you see on this side, on the left side of the spreadsheet. What you see on the right side, these are going to be the missions from the special ops. So once again, we have 6 characters that we can deploy here, and those 6 characters are going to be exactly here. So for example, here we have the 6 characters that you need to complete this. And each of these special ops, as you can see, there are 8 variations of them, and each of them will have a different gear requirement. So for example, this one, 3 yellow stars, 5 yellow stars, 7 yellow stars, 7 yellow stars gear tier 15, and this goes all the way to gear tier 19 and 1 diamond. So this means that all of these 6 characters need to be at 1 diamond and gear tier 19. So yes, this is going to be a huge gear check for your roster. But once again, this is the quote-unquote ultimate PvE experience beyond the Dark Dimension and raids, so it's something to be expected. And this is similar like Dark Dimension, but for your entire alliance. So this is definitely something that it would require a lot of people to have these characters at different gear levels. Okay, so once again, based on what we see right here, once again, each of these special ops, 6 people can drop the characters. I think it's 6 people. I'm not sure if it's 6 or 8, but you can drop those characters there, and then it will fill the slots that are available, and then someone else has to deploy on other places. But sometimes the special ops will enter in conflict with the missions, right? And this is why we have this spreadsheet on the left and the spreadsheet on the right, so you can match which one is going to be necessary or not. This spreadsheet will have updates in the future. This is going to be available on my Patreon for the lowest price that we have now on a new tier. I'll talk about that in a second, but this will be updated to help you to decide which teams to use. And once again, remember that if you're doing the special missions, if you're doing the normal missions, the special ops, you might leave it for someone else to do, because once again, there is a limit of the characters that you can take. So for example, if you can take 6 Old Man Logans, that means that someone else can use his Old Man Logan on these normal missions. So this is something that is so important, and that's why you have to organize with your alliance to make sure that you are taking advantage of these in order to maximize the performance of your alliance. As we already know, the Battleworld will have season rewards as well, the same like we have with raids. The rewards are going to be monthly rather than in 2 weeks. So this is going to be a big deal, because you definitely want to maximize how many points you're going to get the highest level of rewards. So once again, this is why this spreadsheet is so important, and that's why I put so much work into it. Not only so it's easy to understand, but also so you can use by yourself or together with your alliance to make sure that you are maximizing the value you can bring to your alliance. Now, if you're on a small alliance, you can still use this, because I think most of Battleworld can be completed by maybe 14 people, we'll see, but at least you'll be able to complete a lot of the stuff and still progress. Now let's take a look at an example. We're gonna try to edit, maybe, I'm not sure if I can edit, but so for example, I'm gonna give you an example, right? So for example, we have here Zone 1, it requires city characters, and we have Cosmic Crucible bonus active against the enemies that we are facing. Remember that sometimes those enemies also benefit from the bonuses that we have. So once again, this is going to be like the Scourges, right? Or Cosmic Crucible. The bonus of one will also affect the bonus of the other. But you get bonus points if you are using Superior 6. So now we're going to take a look at this list. So here we don't have any Superior 6. Here we don't have any Superior 6 as well. So you go through all of these and you see if there is. So Spider Slayer is here. So Spider Slayer is here. So you want to complete these missions without using Spider Slayer. Or you have someone else completing this, but the player that completes this with Spider Slayer does not participate in these missions. So this is going to require some alliance coordination, but this is why you want to make sure that you have something like this, a tool like this, where you can put exactly on where each player is going to attack and so on to maximize the value of the points, right? Because once again, if you're going to get points for using Superior 6 and we also need Spider Slayer there, then you want to make sure that the people completing these nodes are not using the Spider Slayer on the special ops. Okay, so this is just an example of the things that you can do as an individual player rather than an alliance member. You can also use these to help you check which characters you still need to gear up. So for example, we go to our roster, we take a look at what we have available. So for example, one of the missions requires Old Man Logan at 3 stars. Do I have Old Man Logan at 3 stars? Yes, I have Old Man Logan at 3 stars. So you could edit a file and tag here that, okay, sure, I can do this. I can put it on green and people will know that I can use this, right? Then on one of these higher difficulty missions, so for example, Zombie Scarlet Witch at 3 stars. You can see right here, Zombie Scarlet Witch at 3 stars. I go to my roster. Do I have Zombie Scarlet Witch at 3 stars? No, I don't have. She's not even unlocked. So I'm going to go back to the spreadsheet and I'm going to put on red or yellow that I have to work on this character because I still don't match the requirements of this, and that means that someone else has to do it for me, right? So this is definitely something that if you put a little bit of time, if you complete all your roster, if you know your roster, right? So for example here, Bigfoot 1 diamond, do I have this? Yes. Okay, so there are a bunch of these that you're gonna put green right away, that you can do it, but this is going to be better for the people that cannot complete it, right? And once again, it's going to be important because you want to really max out the amount of points you get for those season rewards at the end of the month. Like I said, I'm gonna make this available on my Patreon. I'll put a read-only spreadsheet that after you can copy for yourself and then you do your own editing. This is gonna be available on my Patreon for the MSF Citizen tier. This is going to give you access to this spreadsheet, also the infographics and blitz codes, a few other things as well that we'll see in the future. Then there are other tiers for Cosmic Crucible and for Alliance Wars, like the best defenses and counters and things like that if you are interested. But once again, this will be available for the minimum tier on my Patreon in case you guys want to have access to this. And like I said, start organizing already your roster and save your diamonds, see what you need to get and what you need to work on. Save dark promos, save diamonds, save red stars, because you're gonna need all of that. You can see that we have 7 yellow stars, Gear T 17, 7 yellow stars, 6 red stars, that's why it's in red, red stars, Gear T 17, so maybe you don't have one of these characters, and then move forward from that. Okay guys, so that's all we are gonna talk about in this video. Once again, don't chase the negative feedback, because some people get a lot of views just from raging and spreading the negative sentiment. I think we are set for something good coming to the game, and hopefully everyone will be enjoying it. And that's all for now. Once again, Battleworld should be coming very, very soon. And remember that you need to save your dark promos for Mephisto, otherwise you are not going to be able to complete some of these missions. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. Remember, once again, if you want to have access to the spreadsheets that I make to organize your roster, and your attacks, make sure you check out my Patreon just for $3. And the $3 is just because of the fees that the website has. Otherwise, it will be cheaper. But once again, this is gonna have weekly or bi-weekly updates as we gather more information. And in the future, we're also gonna have safe squads specifically for Battleworld that will be posted there. So keep that in mind. And that's gonna be all for now. Once again, hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you guys later.